where, for lack of a better word, we have something to catch up with, or catch up to, or define our own destiny. So, from where we are now to what do you think should be the vision for the country in 10 years from now? And if you can just tell us, what does it take for us to get to that journey?
I think that's a very great question. Let me start with GDP and come down to technology and startups. We have $4 trillion today. We grow at, let's say, 7% a year in real terms, nominal, maybe 11 to 4% inflation. We should double economy in 10 years. So that will be about $8 trillion. And that's a 90% probability is going to happen. And that's great. We're going to add to GDP in 10 years what we added in the last maybe 75, 77 years. All right? That is unbelievable. The next point is the rupee could get stabilized and get stronger possibly, primarily because the hole in our trade balance will be balanced by surpluses on services like we spoke yesterday. That is very significant because it will be the first time. In fact, last month, export of services was more than the export of goods. And Ranu, we are a poor country, $2,700 per capita income. And yet services to the global markets are higher than goods. It is sad, it is so, it is great, it is so. Both sides, because goods have not gone up. That's one. So the rupee could become stronger. We invest more than $1 trillion a year. And we have a savings rate of 29% of GDP, which is pretty good. We have a fantastic banking system, which is very clean. We have a great stock market, which is very efficient. We have wonderful bankers, and Bombay, the animal spirit in Bombay has come back again. It is fantastic. The market is down. The market goes up and down, so you've got to get adjusted to it. But I think we are in very good shape as an economy. But if you look at India, 1.4 billion people, 1 billion people live on $1,000 a year. 400 million people live on $7,000 a year. That's 2.8 plus 1, $3.8 trillion in per capita GDP. And out of this 400 million, maybe top 100 million live on $12,000 a year. The balance may be $5,500 to $6,000 a year. And this top 100 million, which is more than many countries in the world, at $12,000 grow at 8%. They buy 4.2 million cars. They do all the trips abroad and all the nice stuff. So if you look at the country, we are seeing from the bottom people come into the consuming middle class. We've got a very large consuming middle class. And if you look at the PPP multiple, we are $17 trillion. People forget how big this economy is. They look at the nominal, look at PPP. PPP China, I think, is 36. China is 36, US is 32, India is 17. And it's enormous, right? We have this size, we have this here. In every industry, we are either number 2 or 3 after China, excluding the tech industry. So we are in good shape and we're gravitating and we're going ahead. In technology, what's going to happen in the next 5 years will put the last 20 years to shame. Why? Because machines have got intelligence. Machines did not have intelligence when the Industrial Revolution started in 1750 with the invention of steam engine. But the Industrial Revolution upended 5,000 years of history. It's unbelievable what happened. Europe became the most prosperous part of the world and they colonized the whole world and created an industrial society. Population grew from maybe 1 billion to 8 billion today. And I think we're doing very great things. So we are seeing this technology shift happen in the last 10 years, driven by the internet. Out of 8.2 billion people on the planet, 6 billion people have a mobile phone, 5.5 billion people have the internet. It's unbelievable what has happened. Everybody's got a cheap mobile device with a data plan which can connect to each other on the world 24/7. It happened before. Now on top of that, we are getting huge computing facilities through HyperCloud, happening in India, happening all over the world. And in fact, Masa went to US and told Trump that, I'm going to invest $100 billion. Trump told him, hey man, that is peanuts. Come back with 200. So he came back again with 500. Man, $500 billion. Loose change. And then what did China do? The Chinese discovered the biggest weapon they have against America is their tech industry. And President Xi had been pushing the tech industry and humiliating them and putting them down. Suddenly a a Chinese startup came and released an AI algorithm like ChatGPT. Nothing happened for 2 days. On the third day, the American market crashed by 2 trillion. Nvidia crashed by 600 billion. 600 billion. I mean, what India has come down is very small. 600 billion. And then what happened? Xi called all of them to a room and said, "You are the greatest guys in China. Tell me how to hurt America." Because it is still the ultimate weapon. America's greatness is built upon market capitalization and innovation. Innovation leads to market capitalization. Are the top 10 most valuable companies in the world, 9 are digital companies. If they were 3 trillion, 2.5 trillion, I'll say this trillion doesn't matter. $1 trillion doesn't matter. I mean, you've got to be $1 trillion trillionaire very soon. Bombay is going to have a $1 trillion GDP very soon, alright? It doesn't matter, loose change for all of you, right guys? So now, he discovered that, and now DeepSeek just yesterday released a quantum computing facility which says it's 100,000 times faster than Google. 100,000 times faster than Google. Now that is a reality. HyperCloud, quantum computing, artificial intelligence, robotics, machines with intelligence, genomics, investment going into to make billionaires like Ranu live for 120 years. They say human life is 120 years, and all the billionaires in the world, they're a lot more today than ever. They want 1 extra year of life with very good energy. They'll pour billions into it to elongate life. So we see the sea change in the human condition all around the world, driven by technology and innovation at the pace never seen before.